Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, that is Clinical Pharmacy Practice by Dr. Ashish Akshayvedi. Today I am going to teach you about the clinical toxicology of amphetamine poisoning. And amphetamines are one of the commonest abusive drug that is very famous among the drug abusers. So let's directly enter into the concept. So the first part will be the introduction. Amphetamines is a psychostimulant drug that produces increased wakefulness in association with decreased fatigue and appetite. Amphetamines are the drugs which increase the awakeness means they are very psychostimulant drugs. Okay, they are CNS stimulant and it will decrease the fatigue also. Derivatives includes amphetamines itself, then dextroamphetamine, phenfluramine, MDA, MDA3, moreover MDMA, which is famously called ecstasy, memphetamin, then methylphenidate, phentermine, synthetic amphetamines, and all. These are the derivatives of amphetamines, and they are hugely in use in Western countries. What are the uses? Therapeutic uses. They are used in the treatment of ADHD, that is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. They are used in narcolepsy. But due to some hepatotoxicity, its therapeutic use is generally avoided. There are other uses also, but here I mentioned only the commonest one. The uses other than therapeutic intentions are, of course, generally for the abuse of this agent. Currently in India, they are not available as a therapeutic purpose. In India, they won't use these amphetamines, but they are used in the rave parties and the drug abuses. Other names in slang used for the amphetamines are addies, black mollies, beans, chunk, cartwheels, diet, pills, greenies, horse heads, French blues, jelly, babies, little bombs, peaches, pixies, sweeties, speed, wheels, truck drivers, and so on, zoomers, etc. These are very the commonest names among the drug abusers of Western countries, though they are also used in India in the rave parties and all among the drug abusers. What are the mechanism of action of amphetamines? Amphetamines actually increases the synaptic concentration of dopamine, all the monoamines like dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine in the brain. But mainly dopamine are involved. Dopamine is mainly involved in the various reward pathways of brain causing euphoria. It causes excitation among the patient and euphoric. It makes them euphoric. Moreover, it activates sympathetic nervous system. I repeat, it activates sympathetic nervous system. Means sympathetic nervous system means you all know sympathetic nervous. What if after the activation of sympathetic nervous system, what will the effects will be? And this is the illustration of amphetamine mechanism of action. Now the sign and symptoms. Since it activates sympathetic nervous system, so it will be pretty obvious that amphetamine will definitely cause the clinical effects similar to the sympathetic nervous system. So what actually are the sympathetic nervous system clinical effects? Okay, so we'll discuss this now. What are the signs and symptoms of these amphetamines, which is likely to be similar to the sympathetic nervous system? Obviously, high blood pressure. Then patient will experience tachycardia, agitation, diaphoresis or sweating, dilated pupil or mydriasis, seizures if severe, wakefulness, alertness or restlessness, hallucinations, hypothermia, toxic psychosis, and This will be the in written form. These are very common in sympathetic nervous system, as you all studied in previous classes, or you must be knowing about sympathetic nervous system. What are their clinical effects? It will be same clinical effects that are very common with the sympathetic nervous system. As the mechanism of action of amphetamines are to increase the monoamines, especially the dopamine. So that's why sympathetic nervous system will be activated. So that is the reason that we call. And lastly, metabolic acidosis, that is an emergency situation that you all know, causes the metabolic acidosis also. So these are the signs and symptoms which are amphetamine poison patient will experience: high BP, tachycardia, agitation, diaphoresis, insomnia, restlessness, dilated pupil, seizures, hallucination, hypothermia, psychosis, and metabolic acidosis. These all signs and symptoms you have to learn by heart, and it will be easier if you know the sympathetic nervous system clinical effects. So the learning of the sympathetic nervous system clinical effects will help you to understand the amphetamines signs and symptoms. What are the diagnoses? History. Rarely reliable, as patient often do not know, because his patient history will be rarely reliable because patient will not know the exact drug what it is. Means they are common among the common names and slangs is different than the product name. Nobody will ever to know that they are consuming amphetamines. Maybe they are thinking that it is known as crack, famously called as crack, greenies, truck driver. So they can't know what exactly into that drug is. Laboratory findings are non-specific. Okay, CPK you have to check. Okay, liver enzymes, hyperglycemia, hyperkalemia, hyponatremia, leukocytosis, myoglobinuria, QUIT, qualitative urine immunoassay testing. However, they are not used now because it's not very easily we can have in the hospitals. And ECG. In that ECG you have to find ischemia and hyperkalemia. So with these things and these findings, mainly the physicians are involved in that area. So moving on to management. What are the management tactics we have? Firstly, always remember the emergency and supportive measures. What we have? Firstly, we have to maintain the open airway and assist ventilation if necessary. Okay. Then treat the emergency situations like agitation, coma, hypothermia if they occur. Then continuously you have to monitor vitals and ECG continuously, ongoing. What are the specific treatment antidotes we have? Note, we don't have antidote for amphetamines, so general treatment should be taken. For agitation, you can have benzodiazepines, and if needed, you can add antipsychotic agents like chlorpromazine. Okay. Now, for hypertension, with benzodiazepine, it is possible that you can treat the hypertension also. But if not effective with the benzodiazepine, if the BP is not coming to the normal, then we can add some IV antihypertensives like phentolamine or nitroprusides. Okay, now for tachycardia. Tachycardia, we can have IV preparations like beta blockers like propranolol or esmolol. Okay, these are the drugs which we will consider in the treatment of amphetamine poisoning. Then moving on to decontamination, we will administer activated charcoal if appropriate. Like if the indication is appropriate, then we will give the activated charcoal. We will consider whole bowel irrigation with the multiple dosing or repeated dosing of activated charcoal, and gastric lavage is not effective. Next, enhanced elimination, dialysis, hemoperfusions are not effective in amphetamine poisoning. However, we can consider enhanced elimination by urinary acidification, but again, it is not recommended as it will increase the risk of nephrotoxicity due to myoglobinuria. as you all know, myoglobinuria is the consequence of rhabdomyolysis, and rhabdomyolysis occur due to metabolic acidosis. Since this patient will be suffering from metabolic acidosis, so if we will add on to this, then it will make a problematic issue. So